welcome to the virtual Sunday service of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Lake Norman. Our fellowship walks diverse paths to find meaning and purpose, but we are united by our belief in the inherent worth and dignity of all, and the obligation to express our faith through acts of justice and compassion. My name is Sandy McFeely, and I've been an active member of this congregation since 2013. When we get together as a community, we light a chalice and share a thought about what that means. Today's thought is from Leslie Pohl Kosbau. She writes, "Flame of fire, spark of the universe that warmed our ancestral hearth, agent of life and death, symbol of truth and freedom. We strive to understand ourselves and our earthly home." Our speaker this morning is Laurie Walker. She is one of our founding members. She is a caring yoga teacher and a regular speaker on matters spiritual, especially over the past couple of years. This morning, Laurie will talk about turning Maslow's pyramid into a ship to sail our blue boat home. Many of us may remember Abraham Maslow from his pyramid of human needs. Remember? With self-actualization at the top. His ideas were really far more complex than that neat pyramid suggests. It looked a bit like a marketing tool. Maslow rejected organized religion and its required beliefs. Nevertheless, he wrote extensively on the human being's need for the sacred. In understanding his theories and those of others who followed them, we come to find that self-actualization happens in connection to others and to all reality. And now I'll turn it over first to Laurie and then to our own Mike Alec for his musical reflection.
Good morning. I used to love teaching my high school students about Maslow's pyramid of needs. It was such a simple visual of a triangle with basic needs like food and water at the wide base. Then stacked one upon another, pyramid style, were levels that each told a story of achievement. Once you have food and water, then you can secure shelter, find friends at the third level, and so on until you win the game of life, so to speak. So easy. Psychologist Abraham Maslow knew it wasn't that easy. In fact, he never put his ideas into a simple pyramid. Author and psychologist Dr. Scott Barry Kaufman recently published a book that caught my attention. He expanded upon Maslow's ideas. His book is titled Transcend, the New Science of Self-Actualization. Kaufman writes, "The human condition isn't a competition, it's an experience. Life isn't a trek up a summit, but a journey to travel through a vast blue ocean, full of new opportunities for meaning and discovery, but also danger and uncertainty. In this choppy surf, a clunky pyramid is of no use. Instead, what is needed is something a bit more functional. We need a sailboat." Of course, now that is something Unitarian Universalists like to sing about in our beloved hymn, "A Blue Boat Home." "The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sail, and moon, and my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful blue boat home. On September 14th, 1967, Maslow delivered a riveting lecture at the San Francisco Unitarian Church entitled "The Farther Reaches of Human Nature." He was quite bold in his statements, going farther beyond the well-known pyramid peak experience that he had made so popular, or that had become so popular. In an ominous voice, he began, "Humanistic psychology is beginning to unearth the mysteries of real human experiences, needs, goals, and values." He spoke about our higher needs, the need for love, for friendship, for dignity, for self-respect, for individuality, and for self-fulfillment. Then Maslow went on even further. He said, for humans to be truly fulfilled, a different picture emerges. A fully developed human being tends to be motivated by values which transcend the self. They are not selfish anymore in the old sense of that term. Beauty is not within one's skin, nor is justice or order. One can hardly class these desires as selfish in the sense that my desire for food might be, he spoke. My satisfaction with achieving or allowing justice is not within my own skin. It does not lie along my arteries. It is equally outside and inside. Maslow was awarded Humanist of the Year that year in 1967 by the American Humanist Association. In all his writings, Maslow was looking for the captain of our blue boat. He wanted to understand what it means to be a good human being. In his early life, Maslow was haunted by the war and felt people are grander than warmongers or with extreme prejudice and hatred. He had a vision of a peace table with people sitting all around it, talking about human nature and hatred, war and peace and brotherhood. He was devoted to discovering psychology for a welcome table. Like the spiritual we sing, "We're gonna sit at the welcome table," a song which UU minister Kimberly DeBuse writes, "We must use with care." Reverend DeBuse says the welcome table is the one who are privileged have not laid out for everyone. And we have to. If we're going to be serious that no one is outside the circle of love, then we have to be serious about setting the table for those who are knocking to come in. I know that our minister and some of you are going to attend a table coming up soon for transgender women of color. That will surely be a welcome table. We're gonna sit at the welcome table. We're gonna sit at the welcome table one of these days, hallelujah. We're gonna sit at the welcome table. Gonna sit at the welcome table one of these days. Excuse me as I mix metaphors, but this business of being the best humans we can be is such a serious topic that I want to handle it with as much understanding and care as I can possibly bring. When I think of the welcome table as a boat, I'm also called to remember that everyone is there. There is some stretching room on a boat and even at a table. But I want you to imagine if you're in a subway car, and for some reason you're trapped and the people with you are the ones upon whom you depend. Life on this planet is not that different. We are living in a world that always seems to be on the edge of catastrophe, from pandemics to strong storm systems to nuclear threats, political differences that have driven wedges into families and communities, horrific violent acts, the marginalization of people because of skin color, race, or gender. There is not a single person who doesn't feel fear and anger at some time. It is easy to take on an us against them attitude, no matter what side you're on. The reality is we all lose when we cannot figure out how to work together to solve threats and conflicts. Buddhist teacher Sharon Salzberg tells of her friend Miles Horton, who knew Reverend Martin Luther King. Dr. King would tell him, "You have to love everybody." Miles would say, "No, I don't. I'm only going to love the people who deserve to be loved." Reverend Martin Luther King would say, "No, no, no. You have to love everybody." Again, from Transcend, the book Kaufman wrote about the expansion of Maslow's theory, he says, a boat protects us from the seas that are rarely as calm as we like them to be. But having a secure boat is not enough for real movement. You need a sail. Each level of the sail allows you to capture more wind and helps you explore and adapt to your environment. Unlike climbing a mountain or a pyramid, a boat requires you to open your sail, to welcome people at the table, so to speak, to everyone and every experience. With the sail, you can catch the wind and help to raise the tide for all other sailboats simply by making your way through the ocean. In this way, the sailboat isn't a pinnacle like a pyramid, but a whole vehicle, helping us to explore the world and people around us, growing and transcending as we do. In our ongoing journey of discovery, openness, and courage, let us explore together to find truth, to find beauty, to find purpose and connection, gratitude and awe, and love for one another in our blue boat home. Go in peace.
Greetings, everyone. It's a lovely spring day. Let's try Blue Boat Home. Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my tri-land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port I have known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sail, and my moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens, and the earth is my blue boat home. Give thanks to the waves upholding me. Hail the great winds urging me on. Greet the infinite sea before me. Sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port I have known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Harbor or port I have known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Take care, everyone.
Thank you, Laurie, for guiding us around the pyramid to a more authentic and rewarding understanding of what it means to fully become ourselves. We are very grateful for your words, and grateful to you, Mike, for catching the spirit of Laurie's message. And now for a few announcements. If you are a visitor, welcome. We are so pleased that you chose to give our service a try. If you like what you've seen this morning and are wondering how to stay connected with our congregation, please reach out to our membership chair, Linda. Her email address is right there at the bottom of your screen. You can even get on the email list for our weekly newsletter. You'll have a head start on the Sunday service and be able to check out all the activities we're still pursuing even during a pandemic. Our book group is reading Tales of a Female Nomad, Living at Large in the World. It's by Rita Golden Gelman. The Zoom meeting to discuss her book will be on Tuesday, May 18 at 7 p.m. Please check the newsletter for more information. Early reports are that it's a terrific read. Today's After the Service chat will start off in the usual way at 11 o'clock. About 11:15, Reverend Lisa Garcia Sampson from UU Forward Together will join us for an environmental justice action event. We will learn about Duke Energy's 15-year integrated resource plan, now pending before the North Carolina Utilities Commission. The plan is pretty lame, especially compared with what needs to be done to support and advance environmental justice. Reverend Lisa will talk about the issues, about some tools for responding to the plan, and help us take action right on the spot, all in about 45 minutes. Please log on to the chat and stay for some real-time social action engagement. We will continue with Zoom Sunday services through the month of May and try to plan more in-person services starting in June. Last week's gathering at Jim Price's was just lovely. Thank you, Jim. It was so wonderful to see so many of you and some visitors too, all live and in person. The big smiles all around showed that the effort so many of you have made to sustain the deep bonds of our community have been successful. I'd like to close today with words from the book of Isaiah. For you shall go out in joy and be led back in peace. The mountains and the hills before you shall burst into song, and all the trees of the field shall clap their hands. Go in peace and have a wonderful week.